Now, on WISN 12 News.
A mansion inferno in Grafton. Firefighters battling the massive blaze for hours.
It was a very challenging fire, so you can see we have help from quite a distance.
Why the fire was so difficult to get under control.
Police say this man was wanted for a sex assault at Bayshore Mall.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
Just in, the suspect now in custody.
It was parked 3 miles from where it was stolen.
And how parking tickets led a woman to find her stolen car.
And we begin here tonight with that massive mansion inferno and the view you'll only see from high above in News Chopper 12. It broke out around 5 o'clock in Grafton. A difficult fire made even tougher by today's strong wind.
And the lack of available fire hydrants in that area. Let's put this on the map for you. The home is on High Bluff Drive, just west of the Lion's Den Gorge Nature Preserve. 12 News' Caroline Reinwald is there now live tonight with what it looks like right now. Caroline?
Yeah, crews just left the scene here. You can see behind me, even though it's pretty dark, we're right off the driveway from this home and you can just barely see what's left. I want you to take a look at what a Google Maps image shows what that home looked like before it caught flames tonight. The chief tells me it's now a total loss. News Chopper 12 captures the mansion inferno from above, showing huge clouds of black smoke and flames shooting out from the roof. The homeowner standing helplessly nearby.
They have had to stand there and literally watch their house burn. And that's, even in this business as a fire chief, you don't see that happen too often.
The Grafton fire chief called Wednesday night's fire extremely challenging because of the high winds and lack of water nearby. They used 15 water tenders and portable troughs to pump water to the home, but much of it was already engulfed by the time they arrived from a fire they say started in a bedroom.
There is a fireplace in one of the bedrooms, and that fireplace may have had items near it that this is what we have to investigate, and some of those items may have been accidentally ignited.
The chief says the 4 or 5 people inside threw the engulfed objects out a window, but the strong winds carried the flames right back to the house. Neighbors say the scene was frightening.
We came from the city where there were fire hydrants and things like that, so this obviously is a concern for us. I mean, when you see how much equipment it takes to put out a fire here, and obviously it's a beautiful house, probably an $800,000-$900,000 house, and it's gone in a puff of smoke.
Well, such the damage there. Caroline, did anyone get hurt in tonight's fire?
Well, the chief says there were 4 or 5 people who were inside. They all made it out safely without any injuries or fatalities, but they also had several cats inside the home, and they're not sure if those cats made it out alive.
Caroline Reinwald reporting live from Grafton tonight.
Well, there's breaking news here from Hawaii tonight at the Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. The U.S. military says a U.S. sailor shot 3 civilian workers, killing 2 of them. Authorities say the shooter then took his own life. It's worth noting Saturday marks the 78th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor during World War II. A West Dallas woman wasn't sure she would ever get her stolen car back until she got a letter saying it had been ticketed at an exact address. That's when she decided she would find it on her own.
I mean, I didn't believe it. Like, I almost drove by it, and then I took a double take, and I'm like, no way, that's my car. Like, really?
That was Brianna Chase's reaction to finding her stolen car herself.
It was pretty surreal.
In late October, she accidentally left the keys inside, and hours later, her SUV was gone. She reported it to West Dallas police, but didn't hear anything for more than a month. But on Monday, she found out her car had been ticketed 5 times in Milwaukee. That ticket led her to an address here near 24th and Rogers. When she came out, sure enough, there it was, damaged but found.
It was parked 3 miles from where it was stolen.
And that realization led Chase to question, why didn't parking enforcement know her car was stolen?
I asked the responding officers, how was it able to get 5 tickets and me not hear anything about it?
The Milwaukee Department of Public Works says Parking Services does track stolen vehicles, but only if it's reported to Milwaukee police. They don't have access to other jurisdictions like West Dallas, where Chase reported her car stolen.
So it would be nice to see, something where car gets stolen from West Dallas, it gets taken to Milwaukee, and they're still able to realize that it was stolen.
Her car needs a new battery and more untold work, but Chase is glad to have closure and a resolution that seemed to find her.
There's some part of you that's just like, I'm just happy to have it back or know where it is, know what happened to it.
Milwaukee DPW told us tonight also parking enforcement has helped recover many stolen vehicles in Milwaukee.
More breaking news tonight. Glendale police say they have arrested this man wanted for a sex assault at Bayshore Mall. Detectives say a 16-year-old reported it happened last night. Shoppers at the mall tonight say they're shocked.
It makes me sick to my stomach to think people can't go Christmas shopping or go out for a little bit of food and have something like that happen.
Police would not say exactly where it happened, but the video of the suspect appears to be near the food court bathroom. Video from Oshkosh shows students running for shelter after that shooting in their school yesterday. About 100 of them ran to a nearby mosque. One girl's dad works there, so she knew the code to get inside.
Even if you never talk to those people again, you still offered kindness and comfort.
Course, yeah. It's the right thing to do. You never know how you're going to react in that situation until it actually happens.
Police say school resource officer Michael Wissink shot a 16-year-old student after the teen stabbed him. Both are recovering tonight.
12 News is also learning more about the 17-year-old boy police shot Monday at Waukesha South High School. We're told he lives in a shelter for domestic abuse victims and did not have an adult criminal record. Police shot him 3 times after they say he pointed a pellet gun at officers in a classroom. The teen survived but could be charged in this case.
In your mind, is there anything that could have been done to prevent what we've seen this week?
It's hard to say.
After a week of violence and threats targeting Wisconsin schools, Governor Tony Evers won't push for new gun reform. Only here on 12, he tells our Matt Smith his new effort.
Curious your takeaways.
In his first TV interview since the shootings in Waukesha and Oshkosh,
it's difficult to fathom, to be honest with you.
Governor Tony Evers appears to be shifting.
So you moved on in some essence.
Well, yeah, I still think they're reasonable approaches.
From what was an all-out push to expand background checks and implement a red flag law, to now quickly addressing and funding mental health resources for kids.
When's the last time you talked to Republican leadership about either gun safety or school safety?
Oh, it was back when we were bringing the sessions together, and obviously it didn't go well. They didn't like either of the bills that were there. But this is an area where I know there is common agreement. It's just that I think what the disagreement is that I don't view this mental health funding as something that is going to take care of the gun safety issues. But it's important. It's darn important.
What about metal detectors? Should more schools be implementing them?
We don't want schools to look like prisons, and I think making physical changes in the schools, I think, is good. I think maybe occasionally using metal detectors is a possibility, but to me, I think there's other more effective ways.
When asked, the governor did say he does plan to reach out to Republican leaders in the next couple days or weeks. In Madison, I'm Matt Smith, WISN 12 News.
And Assembly Speaker Robin Vos responded to the governor's comments, saying that he is glad the governor is open to working on the real problem. To Weather Watch 12 here, and we go live outside of Discovery World. You can see the flags there. Not quite as active as they were earlier. The winds are certainly dying down here tonight.
Yeah, meteorologist Chris Swaim is in for Mark. Chris, winds are dying down, general calmer weather.
I think we've earned it after last week, too. So active across the state. It's nice to see winds start to die off a little bit more. We get a break tonight and a little bit tomorrow. There will eventually be a return, so take advantage. 35 degrees in Milwaukee right now. A lot of us sitting above the freezing mark. It really all depends on where you are, though. Skies clear in some spots, and that's dropping us in a couple of other places. Waukesha, 30 degrees so far this evening. A lot of our temperatures are at the freezing mark, if not just below it farther north. A little bit warmer right along the lakefront. We're going to go through big changes over the next couple of days, and even more so in the next week. We'll time all that out. Weather Watch 12.
We got a preview tonight of the holiday lights in Miller Valley. The big display includes nearly 750,000 lights, all synced up to music. You can see them every Friday and Saturday night through December 21st. A Racine County boy is at it again, collecting toys this holiday season for patients at Children's Hospital.
I feel like it's one of the best things that could happen to a person is gift.
As Cody Struble gets ready for Christmas, he's asking for your help once again. For the 4th year in a row, Cody, who's 9 years old, is collecting toys for kids who have to spend Christmas at Children's Hospital. He knows what it's like to be a patient there, having had 3 surgeries when he was younger to relieve pressure on his brain.
He thinks everybody should have presents, no matter where you're at, and that's his goal.
Is that your goal, Cody?
My goal is for everybody to be happy around that time of year.
Now, Cody hopes to collect some 1,500 new toys this year. Among the collection sites, the Educators Credit Union on Washington Avenue in Sturtevant and the Johnson's Bank branch in Franklin on Rawson Avenue.
Milwaukee's mayor attended a forum focusing on the future of the Century City Business Park here today. Wisconsin Policy Forum put on the event. Century City has seen more than $40 million of investment since 2009. Recently, a slaughterhouse scrapped plans to move its headquarters and hundreds of jobs there after opposition from protesters and the district's aldermen. The mayor says he's disappointed.
Well, one of the things that I often say about the job is I still love my job, but I swear more than I used to. And this is an example of where I swear more than I used to, because this was a mistake. It was a lost opportunity.
The mayor said he'll continue to work with businesses to bring family-supporting jobs there. Someone found the bodies of a 24-year-old woman and her 3-month-old baby boy in an apartment today near Teutonia and Custer. But what happened is still a mystery. The woman's 3-year-old son was also inside, alive but malnourished. That boy's father says he last talked to the woman on Friday.
I was never, worried about how he sleep at night. Is he sleeping at night? Is she feeding? Because she did that. She did her part. But my worries is that what the happened? What happened? What went down? I need to know something.
Autopsies are scheduled for tomorrow. Someone broke into a West Dallas garage overnight and stole a car, but instead of opening the garage door, the thief drove right through it. The crash even ripped off part of the Subaru's roof rack.
She stole kids' Christmas presents out of my car, but then left her own things behind.
Left a boot behind, an earring, a half-eaten Nutribar. I don't know why.
That car had sentimental value, too. It belonged to Kristen's father, who passed away earlier this year. The impeachment inquiry moved from the House Intel Committee to the Judiciary Committee today.
Wisconsin Republican Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner is on that committee.
I think the American public are getting a little bit sick and tired of impeachment when they know that less than a year from now, they will be able to determine whether Donald Trump stays in office or somebody else will be elected.
4 constitutional law experts answered questions today. 3 of them said President Trump's conduct on Ukraine was impeachable, but the 4th said the Democrats don't have the evidence and are rushing the process. Christmas tree shortage. Next at 10, why time is ticking to get your tree this holiday season.
Plus, Aaron Rodgers talks music with one of Wisconsin's most famous singers. The QB's go-to playlists. And just announced the 4 80s rock stars bringing their tour to Miller Park next summer.